What I'm about to tell you, you won't hear on your governor's live stream. You won't hear it from the podium at his next Freedom press conference. And you definitely didn't hear it from your local media. Not because they didn't care, but because they didn't dig deep enough. They got close. They saw the shadows, but I'm standing in the center of the room now, and the lights are on. My name is Krstafer Pinkerton. I'm a federal litigator, a legal strategist, and a man who spent the last year dissecting the most extensive racketeering enterprise ever built under the mask of homeowner protection. And what I found is horrifying. The blueprint of deception. Behind the scenes of Florida's government, behind CEOMC, the Community Association Institute, Resource Property Management, and their lawyers at Rabin, Parker, and Gurley, a structure was built. A structure designed not to help you, but to harvest you. This wasn't mismanagement, it was premeditated. They took your HOA dues and turned them into political currency. They signed laws that let them ignore you. They gave immunity to the very people stealing from your communities, and they made sure those laws couldn't be undone once passed. Here's the laws they don't want you to know or understand. HB 913, the immunity law. It stripped your rights to sue CAMs boards of 60 days past, even if they forged documents or withheld records. House Bill 1203, the records gag order. It gave lawyers the right to deny you financial access while continuing to charge you for hidden expenses. And then Senate Bill 154, the disaster delay law. It allowed deferred repairs to become investor opportunities. Degradation by design. And finally, Senate Bill 1242, the buyout bill, the law that legalized forced termination of your condominium or HOA, made it easier for bulk buyers to take your home and gave courts the power to say, you no longer own your vote. Follow the money, so I did. They thought no one would follow the trail, but I did. I followed the money from 97-CEOMC, Florida Inc., through PACs with names like Living Life with Purpose and Better Lives for Floridians into the pockets of state legislators who passed these very bills. I have the donation ledgers, the receipts, the campaign finance data, the vendors, the contracts. I know which banks they used. I know which CPAs signed the fake audits. I know which roofing companies got no bid deals. I know which judges were reassigned, and I know which executive orders were marked confidential to bury it. You know what the key was? The tax status is the trigger. They're hiding behind nonprofit status, but their filings tell the truth. CEOMC, CAI, and their spin-off PACs operated as political laundering shells while claiming nonprofit protections under Florida and IRS laws. That's where it all falls apart. Once we expose the abuse of nonprofit status, the campaign laundering, the fake invoices, the vote suppression, it's not just fraud anymore. It's federal racketeering, and I'm not going to watch it continue. To the people of Florida, you were never crazy. They made it feel like you were a nuisance. They told you to stop asking questions. They buried your complaints in red tape and silence. But you weren't crazy. You were targeted. And now that we've mapped their network from the legislator to the lobbyist to the law firms, it's time to do what your elected leaders would not. We are going to dismantle this piece by piece, bill by bill, vendor by vendor. To those who's still inside, if you work at CEOMC, if you're on the inside of CAI, if you're a lawyer who's been afraid to speak out, come forward. There's still time. I still believe in repentance, but repentance begins with telling the truth. And the truth is coming out with or without you. To the enterprise, your contracts are invalid. Your immunity laws are unconstitutional. Your nonprofit status is under federal review. You didn't win. You just delayed the people from realizing they were already strong enough to fight back. And to the people listening, my name is Krstafer Pinkerton. I didn't come here to run for office. I didn't come to give a speech. I came to deliver an indictment, and I'm just getting started.